Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to be decorating my vertical, which is my catch-all planner for the week of April 29th to May 5th. Oh, it's going to be May the 4th be with you. And, oh, Cinco de Mayo already. Okay. So it's a good thing I kind of strayed away from my original thought, because I was, well, I'm going to be using Live.Love.Posh's new Book Babe sticker book. And my original thought was to go pretty, well, I was going to use this one, and then I was going to go dark and gothic this week. But I'm going to use this theme instead. See, I'm going to lighten it up a little bit. So it's going to be kind of festive, right? And yeah, so then I have JoJo's Spring 2.0 sticker book. A lot of the colors in here will go nicely. So I just grabbed the book. And whatever colors I come up with, that's the ones I'm going to use. I like to have a different variety of colors because I don't like it being repetitive. Unless it's like black, like the neutrals, then I don't really care. So we have 2 pages. Should I just take the pages out? Yeah. Well, and she has quotes in the back here too. So I have to remember to grab the quotes. Is it 2 pages? Yeah. Awesome sauce. All right. Do I want to take the pages out or no? All right. Let's see how I can work with this with the pages in the book. And then if it becomes too much of a hassle, then I'll just take them out. We are back at Sunday again, guys. Sunday. So I have something on my mind. I don't know if you guys watched the video yesterday of me doing my monthly. I was kind of quiet, a little bit somber. I was in deep thought. And I was going to talk about it, but I knew the video wasn't going to be that long. So I decided against it. But I want to talk about it today. So a friend of mine started, wait a minute. We need to have our washi discussion. To washi or not to washi, that is the question. We can use this. This goes perfectly. I'm always wanting to reach for this. Washi roll. I don't know why I love this one so much, but I do. So, okay, we have the washi together. So, a friend of mine met this gentleman on a singles website, right? A dating app. And she proceeds to tell me that he's from Texas and he was raised in Tennessee. Keep in mind, just keep the story in mind. Raised in Tennessee, moved to Texas. He is, I'll just tell you the story, how it happened. The information as I was getting it. He's from Texas. He has a daughter He's from Tennessee. This is the facts that I was given. From Tennessee. And she sent me a picture. So I said, all right. So she was excited. He's a nice guy. And everything like that. I'm excited for her, of course. So I like that already. It's super cute. So, see, I don't know if this is going to be too heavy of a story to, not heavy, but it's so like involved that I don't want to have to be thinking about where I'm putting stuff. Whatever. We're just going to do it, right? Like Nike, you just do it. All right. So that was what I was told in the beginning. I said, okay, sounds good. I looked at the picture, was a little skeptical, but hey, it is what it is, right? I didn't say anything. So we a couple of weeks after that, we go out to lunch, and when we're leaving the restaurant, we get in our car, and she proceeds to call him. She puts him on, you know, the Bluetooth, and he picks up the phone. He has a very heavy African accent. And he's like, hello, hello, hello. And so she was talking to him, and he was talking to her. And he was like, she was like, well, I want you to talk to my friend. So I'm like, I'm like put on the spot at first. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, hello. And he was like, hello. And I was like, hi. And he was like, hi. And then he kept saying, did you guys have your lunch? Did you guys have your lunch? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm trying to ask questions. And he keeps cutting me off saying, did you guys have your lunch? Did you guys have your lunch? So I'm like, yeah, we had lunch. And then he says, well, I have to go. Yeah, something like I have to go or whatever. So she says, oh, you got to hang up? And he said, yeah. So she was like, oh, okay. Well, just call me later. So he was like, okay. So she hangs up the phone, and she looks at me, and she says, and that's just the first conversation. I'm thinking to myself, we didn't have a conversation. Like, he just kept asking if we had lunch. I said, yeah. And he said he had to go. That's not a conversation. Conversation is back and forth. I'm talking to you. You're talking to me. We're getting to know each other. So I'm just looking at her, and I'm thinking to myself, is she serious? So then, you know, after, you know, on the way, I'm like thinking about everything, and I'm like thinking about what she told me. And I said, wait a minute. I said, I thought you said he was from Tennessee. And she was like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, he came over, I think she said Nigeria or something. I don't even remember what she said. And then he went to Tennessee. So I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, so how did he get, like, okay, because you said he was raised in Tennessee and he moved to Texas. So what is he doing in Texas? Because she had mentioned before about his father, him taking care of his father. And so she was like, no, he went to Texas to take care of his father. Okay. So we were born in Africa, apparently, raised in Tennessee, and somehow his father made it to Texas, and that's where he's taking care of his father. Okay. All right. Didn't say anything. So I said, well, what does he do? Because that, at that point, oh, he said, this is what he said on the phone. He had to get back to work. That's what he said. I got to get back to work. I got to go. I got to go. I got to get back to work. This was Saturday evening, mind you, almost 7:30ish at night. So, and then I was like, well, what kind of job does he have? Like, where does he work? And she's like, oh, he's this multi-million-dollar real estate agent. And he's working on this big contract. And he's doing his presentation for some company in California in a few days or whatever. So I'm like, is she serious? Like, is she serious for real? So I'm like, oh, okay. Again. All right. Okay. So I'm like, oh, still thinking about everything. So a couple of days after that, because on the way home, I'm just looking out the window thinking, like, is she really serious? Like, she really serious? Like, she really thinks that this guy is for real? I'm trying to find a green that would be... I don't want to use the dark green. Is this too much? I don't think I want to use that green. So, a few days later, she sends me a message because he supposedly has a 12-year-old daughter. And she told me that the mother just left them. Oh, this is, yeah, I wanted to use this blue. That's what it was. She said the mother just left them, abandoned them. So she sent me a message and she said that he wanted her. Now, keep in mind, she never even met the daughter. Never met her. He wanted her to talk to his daughter about womanhood and things like that since she didn't have a mom. So she was all excited about that. Like, oh, I can't believe, you know, he would want me to do that and this and that. Again, I didn't say anything. I was like, okay. So she was excited about that. So then, this is kind of off. So I said, oh, okay. So she talked to her for a little bit. And she said that the little girl was saying how she asked her what her relationship was to her father. And she was like, oh, we're just friends. And she was like, well, you have to be more than friends. Because he talks to you all the time. So she got such a kick out of that. So, again, I was like, oh, you know, I didn't say anything. So she gives me his name or whatever in his Facebook. I think I want this up. Do I want this up here? I don't know where I want to put this, guys. Should I use it? I'll use it for Friday and Saturday. So, yeah, just do that instead. So if you look on his Facebook page, he has pictures. It's pictures of him, a few pictures of him with his father, and then the daughter. But there's like only a couple of likes. Nobody ever comments on his stuff. And I said that to her. I said, well, his Facebook page, why doesn't he have anybody commenting on his family photos and things like that? And she says, oh, well, that's because this is not like his regular page. He just did this for his job. Y'all, there is no real estate information on that whole Facebook page. There's nothing about his business on his Facebook page for it to be a business Facebook page. If that's what he says he's using it for, there's nothing about it. There's nothing about the buildings he's showing or houses or real estate, whatever. Nothing. I said, oh, okay. I didn't say anything else. Then I'll just put that there. Does that look weird? We're going to leave it. This is what happens when you talk and... Okay, I need purple. And plant. So, again, I didn't say anything. I said, okay. Then he tells her he's going to come and visit. He's going to come from Texas. He's going to come and see her. So, I'm thinking to myself, if it was supposed to come in March, and I said, if he comes, great. If he doesn't come and he says somebody got sick, I know he's a fake, because that's what they always say. Somebody got cancer, somebody was in a car accident. It's always something major. So I said, we'll see. I didn't say anything. I said, oh, that's nice. I hope he shows up. You guys have a great time. He does not show up. Am I shocked? No, I'm not. His excuse, his daughter got COVID. And I said, here we go. So, she says, I didn't see it, but she says that he was really going to come. He sent her the ticket. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. I was just like, okay, because I wasn't going to ask her about it. I wasn't going to say, well, did he show up, or did you guys have a great weekend? I wasn't going to say nothing. I was just going to see how it all played out. So she ended up telling me she didn't have the weekend she thought she was going to have, because he didn't show up. His daughter got sick. And I was like, oh, I didn't see much. I just, oh, okay. So then she texted me that he had asked her if it was okay if he named his daughter, because his daughter didn't have a middle name. So he wanted to give his daughter my friend's name as her middle name. Or let her name her. That's what he said. You can give her her middle name. So she's telling me this. And I'm thinking to myself, okay. So I said to her, you don't think that that's odd that he would give you that kind of responsibility, and you all never even met? You never even met his daughter physically, and just some person that you met online, you're just going to say, yeah, you can name my daughter, give her her middle name. And she said to me, you don't understand the bond that we have. It may sound crazy to you, but it's not for me, because you don't understand us. I said, okay. I said, I'm just thinking myself, because she's my son's godmother. And I'm like, if I said that to you about Steven, you would look at me like I done lost my mind. Like, for real. And I said, I understand you being happy. I get it. I'm not here to rain on your parade or anything like that. I just want you to be careful. And that's when she said the whole thing about the ticket. Why would anybody spend money on a ticket to come see me and it not be real? Okay. I said, well, like, I didn't see the ticket. I don't know what it said. I don't know if it was an official ticket or not. And I don't think she even was checking to see if it was an official ticket or not. She claims that they sit on the phone all the time. And again, if you're some big shot real estate agent who handles multi-million-dollar contracts, anybody who's in that realm of business knows you're constantly on the phone. You're constantly talking to people, making appointments, you know, showing properties and doing like, who, if you're a real estate agent of that caliber, when do you have time to just sit on the phone all day long, just talking to people, casual conversation? Okay. So after I just told her, you know, be careful. I'm not trying to, like I said, not trying to rain on your parade. I'm not hating. I'm not the kind of person, like, if anybody out here who wishes to see you happy and enjoying life, it's definitely me. Like, I would not be hating if she, you know, found the love of her life. I'm not that person. But I was like, you know, and she was like, well, I already have several people who are looking out for me, making sure that, you know, I am not getting too involved in this and that. Okay. I mean, when she said that, I understood that this had become personal. Like, she, you know. And I said, okay, you know, I'm just, again, being a friend, looking out for you, making sure that you're, you know, you got your eyes open. And ever since that conversation, it really hasn't been the same between us. I could tell, like, I'll reach out to her and it seems very cold, very distant, text messages back. The last one I sent last week, because we ended up having, because she's in the education field. So they had their spring break week off, the same week I had off, which was the last week, or the week before last now. And I was thinking that we were going to go do something like we usually do. And I didn't hear from her the whole time. And I ended up texting her. She never responded. And I said, well, okay, you know. And it hurts my heart. I was talking to my cousin about it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm the kind of friend who won't watch you run into the street with oncoming traffic. I'm the kind of friend that would say, hold on, wait a minute, stop, take a look. If you want a friend who's going to yes you to death, whether you're right or wrong, I'm not that friend. And I would be doing you a disservice if I seen red flags and was just like, go on, girl, you know, do you know, be happy. I can't do that. That won't be me. And I just feel, and I'm hurt. I'm hurt that as mature as we are, that was too much for you. I could see if you're upset in the conversation because you're defending your relationship. Okay. But I would think after the conversation, wouldn't you think to yourself, like, I know who she is and I know her character. And I know that if she was telling me anything, it would be for my best interest. It's not to hurt me or anything. And, you know, and we can move on. Apparently not. Because now that you've basically written me off, where does this go now? Like, when you find out that this guy is not real, am I just, like, are you ever going to come back and say, you know what? I don't know if I want this here. I'm sorry, you know. I don't even know if I would even want her sorry. I mean, not to say, you know, I'm not saying I don't want her sorry because I don't want to deal with her anymore. I'm just saying I would just move on. I'm that person too. Like, if like something like this happens and you decide you don't want to be bothered with me for whatever reason, if she ever texted me and said she needed anything or just a regular text, I would still, you know, respond and be like, hey, you know, glad to hear from you, hope all, you know, glad hope all is well or something like that. It just bothers me when people that are in my life and have been in my life for a long time still doesn't know my character. I am not, never the person that would be against her being happy. Ever. Ever. Never crossed my mind. Ever. Careful, yes. I want her to be careful. And I want her to be happy. But I want you to be careful first. And that's, you know, it just hurts my heart. Really does. But I hope she finds what she's looking for. I hope she does. Because I really, really want her just to be happy. And it's sad that she would think otherwise of me. You know, that I wouldn't want her to be happy. People always say, how do people get scammed? Like, you can't tell that that's a scammer. But it's in the quality time, you know? It's in the time spent. And that's what she kept saying, is that we talk all the time. He calls me all the time. And that's how they get you. They get you locked up in that quality time. Time, and more time. But I don't know. I pray that she I pray that she sees it before she gets too deep in. Because that kind of hurt is a doozy to come out of. This looks like it's crooked. When you feel like you got the one and to come out and find, you know, come to find out it was all a lie. Like, why does it still look crooked? And if I'm wrong, I will apologize. I have no problem apologizing. Because again, I just want the best for her. But the math ain't mathing. It's just not mathing for me. And I did a search real estate agents in Texas, in the area where he claims he lives. Nothing ever came up. Nothing ever came up with this guy's name. Nothing. Not one thing. Not a name even close to his name. There was nothing. You're a multi-million-dollar real estate agent or whatever. Again, your business should be out there. You should be like websites and this and that. There's nothing. There's nothing out there about this dude at all. He has the thickest African accent and he looks like an African-American man. It's just giving all kinds of catfish vibes. It's giving catfish, okay? It's all over it. The whole story, the way that they are, because they want to talk to you all the time. They want to tell you everything you want to hear. And that's another thing that I told her. I was like, you can't even measure, because she was saying, well, the guys in our area, they don't do this, and they don't do that. I said, well, you can't, the scale can't be the same for him, because he doesn't live here. He's in Texas. So you can't put more weight on his phone calls because it's phone calls. You have to wait further in. Now, if his effort is still matching and he's still putting in a great amount of effort and he's just he's in Texas, that's fine. But a phone call, you can't, like, I don't know. It just hurts me that I'm the one that got shelved. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one that's like, I'm good on you. For somebody you literally just met. Why we still can't be friends and just have different opinions? We're not mature enough to just have different opinions. We could still chat and hang out and talk about whatever. Again, even if you decided within yourself, I know this is a fraud, I know it's phony, but I like the conversation, I like to talk to him. Go ahead, do it, sis. Like, do you. You're an adult. Do what you want to do. I don't have anything to say about it. I just feel like as your friend, and you're coming to me and you're sharing stuff, that I give you my feedback. That's all. And then you do what you want to do with the information, but I'm not going to be like, well, I'm not talking to you because you didn't listen to me when I said, no, do what you want to do. If you still feel like, you know what, I'm going to rock with him and see this thing through and we're going to see what happens. Cool. And that's what I even told her that too. I said, because she was like, well, only time is going to tell. And I said, you know what, you're right. You're right about that. I'm just saying this is what, what I see. The person from the outside, this is just what I'm looking at. And this is what I'm seeing. And that's it. I wasn't malicious when I said it. I was coming from a loving place. And, I told her at the end of the conversation, I love you. I just want the best for you. And, So that kind of hurt me. It didn't kind of hurt me. It hurts. It hurts because I wish it didn't go like that. But okay. I don't know what I did here because I don't know. But I guess it looks okay, right? This is crooked. And that one still looks crooked, but I'm not even messing with it anymore. I just can't even. All right, I think that is it. Let's see. I want to do what you call it? Can I say it? A header? Jeez. All right, I think this is it. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it. So it looks like I've done all that I can do, and I kind of like how it came out. All right, so this is it. I'm gonna be done with this spread. There's nothing else to do with it. I think it came out cute, like I said. Love the pastel-y colors. Yeah. All right, so yeah, that's it. That's my spiel for the weekend, I guess. Um, I don't know. It's not like we just met either. Like, we've been friends. This is the friend I was telling you guys about. We've been friends since 7th grade. 7th grade, y'all. And I feel like through everything that we went through, this was too much. Like, I just can't tell you that I think this guy is not real. Like, that was too much for our friendship. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But if she ever reaches out or anything like that, you know, I'll let you guys know how we're doing. But the way it's looking so far, it's Looking like she's written me off, I guess. Um, I'm not in her corner or whatever. I don't know. So, yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think in the comments. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Maybe I should have just been, but that's not me. I can't even say that because it's not me to just be like, oh, I was gonna do that until she mentioned the middle name and I was just like, what? You haven't even physically met this man, and you're telling me that he's okay with you naming his 12-year-old daughter, like giving her a middle name? That to me just sounded like, okay, what is going on? It just sounded like he's really like playing on her emotions. I don't know. But yeah. So, like I said, you guys let me know what you think. It's hard for me to not think about it because I really care about her, of course. It's my friend. And I'm hurt that she thinks bad of me. I mean, I'd have to assume that if you're not going to talk to me, that you think, I don't know, I was being malicious or something. I don't know. Anyways, let me stop chatting away with you guys. So this is it. This is going to be my spread for this week for April 29th through May 5th using Live.Love.Posh's Book Babe sticker book this week, which is currently available on her website. I will have her website linked in the description along with my code. Don't forget, you can get 10% off using Mika10. That will also be in the description as well. And that is it. I hope you guys are having an awesome Sunday, awesome start to your week. And yeah, I will talk to y'all later. Okay? Bye.